Since Bitcoin reached its USDT dominance support that was never broken to the downside, it got quite boring. I mean, guys, what is this price movement over the last couple of days? There's pretty much zero movement, but we still managed to do some amazing trades. As you guys know, our 2-month win streak is just continuing. Each and every single trade almost that we are doing is ending in a profit for us. And yes, I am right now in 3 new short hedge scalp positions on BTC, Doge and Sol. All of them in a loss, but as you guys know, I always share my trades, no matter if they're profitable or at a loss. And as you guys know, so far, most of the time, even now over the last 2 months, if a trade went negative, sooner or later it went profitable once again, because we are at the USDT dominance and this is historically a point of reversal for Bitcoin. But I don't want to make any panic. As you guys know, I didn't exit any of my HODL portfolio holdings, and I will tell you exactly what I am now keeping an eye on. Because you might ask yourself, okay, Mo, you didn't touch your HODL portfolio. This is definitely here a bullish chart pattern. It is a symmetrical triangle or potentially even more of an ascending triangle. If this breaks to the upside more, we should definitely see the $108,000 level that you were also talking about in your last video. Because if you guys remember, I told you if we break out of this rising channel, that I will show you in a second, that I think that we will reach the $108,000 level relatively quickly till the end of the month, right? This didn't happen. We didn't break this rising channel to the upside. We actually broke it to the downside. We took some nice short hedge and short scalp opportunities because, as you guys know, I'm like 90% in Bitcoin. Even like my Doge or Sol holdings, they are quite small actually. So even with a small $100,000 Doge or Sol trade, I can actually already hedge portions of my holdings in that coin. So I'm only risking $10,000, and if we're breaking to the upside, I think we are reaching the $108,000 anyways. So I'm not really worried because my HODL portfolio will perform very well in such a time. And also, you guys need to be aware, guys, I can risk a little bit more margin currently. As you know, if you're following me for the last 2 months, we turned $30,000 into $200,000 account balance in the last 2 months already with our trades. So I'm not all too worried to lose maybe 20, 30K. Now, theoretically, it's 100% of the capital I started with, but now it's just like 1/10 of the capital we have on this trading account that I'm sharing every trade live with you guys. As you know, every trade I do is always shared live here in my exclusive content. By the way, guys, if you want to get my live updates and always want to know when I'm opening a trade, when I'm putting my stop loss in a profit, when I'm taking profits, whatever, just go ahead. If you have an account on Levex, no matter if you're signed up through my link or through someone else's affiliate link, I can just search my name up here, CryptoMo. You can just follow me here for free and you will get, all of the updates. You will see my live trades and so on, completely for free. On top of that, guys, if you go to the VIP program anyways, on Levex you have the lowest fees after some time of trading. That's why I'm trading there as well. You will have the lowest fees in the market. And on top, guys, if you sign up and you do your first deposit up to $5,000, you will receive a free long short position. I have a $30,000 free long short position right now because of my VIP level. That's just VIP rewards. I also still have lucky draws available and stuff, but maybe I will make one video in the future where I claim all of these rewards at once. But you can then just select any pair you want and you are just getting a 1-to-1 match. So if you deposit up to $5,000, you get a $5,000 free long short position. You can then potentially copy one of my next trades completely for free. If you lose that trade, you can just withdraw your money again. You didn't lose any of your funds, and if you make profit, you can keep the profit and keep trading with your balance and a little bit of profit on top, for example. But now let's talk about the chart, because as you know, this is a bullish chart pattern. Mo, if we're breaking it to the upside, why don't you think we are reaching the $38,000 level then immediately? Because we have something on the overlaying timeframes on the daily, which is a stronger time frame than the 4-hourly, and this is actually a rising wedge. So what I'm right now a little bit scared of is that the market makers will grab liquidity above the $93,000 level, will liquidate the positions that are building themselves up right now since the last 2 days, get them out of the market, get them liquidated, take their money, and then actually trap a lot of long positions because they are aware of the fact that this potential chart pattern is breaking to the upside, right? But then on the daily, we could still get rejected actually tomorrow or the day after with a small wick to the upside and still actually close our daily candle below this important resistance here on this daily rising wedge, because the day rising wedge is at the end of the day a bearish chart pattern. If we are breaking this here to the downside, we definitely need to expect some immediate short-term downside. And I think this setup right now, where we see a bullish chart pattern on the smaller time frames, but a bearish chart pattern on the overlaying time frames, is normally a sign of some sort of slight market manipulation, right? Because then it's just like, a lot of people are not looking at the daily, only on the 4-hourly, they get bullish, but in reality we have a bearish chart pattern on the daily. That's why I'm a little bit careful here. If we are breaking the 4-hourly pattern to the upside, and we are on top of that closing a daily candle above this rising wedge, this will be the moment where I will actually start looking at scalp long positions all the way up to the $108,000 level for the next 3 to 4 weeks. You can already guess what I'm about to say. If we are just wicking above this and we are closing our today's daily or our tomorrow's daily again below this resistance, and especially if we are breaking below this upward sloping support on the daily or the 4-hourly, I will scale up the short hedge scalp positions that I have open right now, because personally then I definitely expect some sort of a bigger correction, potentially in the worst case even all the way down to our long-term monthly yellow support line that is touching our old 2021 and 2024 bull market tops, or local tops, right? As we are now at a new all-time high, it's just local tops nowadays, which is nice. But yeah, we could retest this resistance here at the $75,000 level before then continuing. And the question that is right now being made, in my opinion, is, are we going to see the 108,000 and then the correction down, and then the final run up next year to the 180K level approximately? Or are we going to see an immediate correction now already, before then actually never reaching the $108,000 level, but immediately growing to the $180,000 level, as long as we are not getting rejected here at this long-term weekly resistance that was never broken to the upside before at the $116,000 level, which is also possible. But we can worry about these scenarios when we reach these prices. For now, we can keep an eye on the smaller time frames. We can keep an eye on the support and the resistance that I just showed you to find out where the market might head next. Because as I said, even here on the 4-hourly, if you draw the lines a little bit differently, you can already see this is also somewhat of a rising wedge. So there's definitely a little bit of contradicting patterns forming currently, and this is why I am definitely staying a little bit careful, especially with the fact that we don't really have a lot of liquidations here at the upside. Everyone knows that if we really break through this $93,000, $94,000 level, I don't want to be exposed to any shorts. So the only people like myself that are maybe hedging and scalping a little bit to prepare their HODL portfolio for a potential reversal, right, in the worst case, these are the only people that might get liquidity grabbed up here. So I'm trying to keep my stop losses a little bit over this area. And as I said, for me, I'm definitely only looking at scalp longs again as soon as this daily rising wedge gets invalidated / broken to the upside. Same goes for the 4-hourly. If we see a breakout to the upside, right, and we correct down again, what we want to see is a support that is being held, and then a break above the old high point. And I can tell you, if this break above the old high point, even if we break it to the upside now, if we break the old high point to the upside, which then makes this actually a confirmed breakout, right? I can already tell you that in this situation also the daily would close above this. So we would need a combination on the 4-hourly and also on the daily to make me bullish here, right? Only like a 4-hourly breakout is not enough. If we're just breaking here on the 4-hourly to the upside, right, and we are quite quickly seeing that we see a small pump, as it's most of the time for any kind of breakouts, we see a pump, we correct down to support right before, for example, the daily candle closes, and then the daily candle closes inside of the rising wedge, then immediately, as the daily time frame now had a bearish close, the likelihood of this actually then breaking into this again gets higher. And if we just see a fake out of this, then the likelihood of us breaking down also increases. It's always a game of likelihoods. It's always a game of keeping an eye on the different time frames and understanding that the bigger time frames are more powerful than the smaller ones. And this is also what we base our trade decisions on, besides some universal factors like the USDT dominance reaching its important support right now, that in the history of Bitcoin was most of the time a sign that the top might be in soon, right? potentially, and I really hope so, we are going to break it for the first time ever to the downside. But guys, I mean, we are looking at historical data to predict the future, right? So this is pretty much, if we look at historical data, a very, very valid point for us to try to enter short scalps. And it has been working amazingly for us, right? I mean, as I said, we traded $35,000 almost to $200,000 account balance in 2 months, mostly short, even though the market was bullish, just because we were orientating ourselves at the USDT dominance and what that was doing actually. So now, that's pretty much it from my side. You can follow my trades for free. As you know, I will keep you up to date on my stop loss, when I'm closing them, when I'm opening new ones. On Levex, for now they are in a loss. Maybe these are the first significant losses we are taking since 2 months. It is possible, guys. But if this is the case, I will actually make a video where I'm very, very happy, because this means my HODL portfolio went up a lot. If we're going into the direction of $100,000 for Bitcoin, $108,000, I mean, the altcoins will perform amazing as well. Although you guys know I have over 90% of my HODL portfolio in Bitcoin. I'm almost a Bitcoin maxi pretty much. I'm only trading actively to accumulate more and more Bitcoin. That's the only reason for it. But now guys, we are going to see us in the next video. I hope you enjoyed. Keep an eye on these price levels and on these support and resistance lines so you know what to expect next. And now we're going to see us soon. Bye bye.